Welcome back. Current reporter Elyssia Widjaja is here to discuss Star Wars.
Thank you, Lauren and Sonica. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars was introduced to the world on May 25th, 1977. 38 years later, the Star Wars franchise has made $37 billion. It's been 10 years since the last film, and now the 7th installment titled Star Wars: The Force Awakens will be released at the end of this year. The trailer for the movie debuted this past Monday on ESPN. Immediately, tickets for opening night began to sell out and crash ticketing websites like Fandango and MovieTickets.com. Meanwhile, a Twitter controversy emerged with the hashtag boycott StarWars7. Creators of the movement were not happy that the lead character, John Boyega, is African American and claims that the movie is anti-white. I spoke with Jack Epps on his thoughts on the Star Wars frenzy. Thank you so much for being here today.
Nice to be here, thank you.
So, first of all, there's been a lot of reaction to the movie. Do you think that the latest clips will live up to the fans' expectations?
Well, I think so. I mean, J.J. Abrams is a terrific director. His attention to detail and his sense of the franchise and all of the very iconic parts of Star Wars, he's going to make sure that's done properly.
Right.
So I have a lot of faith in his work, just from his previous films he's made. He's really a very good filmmaker. And, it's when you see the trailer, it gets you excited about it because you realize you're about to have another great adventure, go into that world, that galaxy that's really so much fun.
Exactly, I completely agree. So, also, can you talk about the casting and why you think they chose the actors that they did?
Well, I think that, there's a couple of things.
Okay.
One is, the movie industry is always evolving. It's always trying to reflect the marketplace, trying to reflect who we are as a people, and I think there's a lot of consciousness in terms of the global world community. I mean, motion pictures today, more than ever, is a global market. For statistics, approximately 65% of all box office is international. So that means that you're really looking to make sure your films play around the world. That's where most of the money is coming from. And the world is they look very different. Everyone has a difference. There's a lot of color in the world. And I think that we're acknowledging people of very different ethnicities, and that's part of who we are as a world community. So I think the film reflects that in the way that it's been put together.
What is your reaction to the controversy over the African American lead?
Well, I have a couple of different reactions. One is, It really makes me angry. It's really so small-minded. It just seems like we're stuck in the past. It's people who live in America that is not actually seeing who we are today and seeing who we need to be as a culture. And in reflection to Black Lives Matter and so much that's been happening within the headlines, it just shows that there are people who are very strongly racist and are stuck in the past, and they're not reflecting on who we are as a culture. I think it's interesting too, because when you reflect upon the first Star Wars, that's a 70s mentality, which basically ignored minorities, ignored people of color, and basically created a very sort of white movie. And I think it's reflective that now that the studios understand that we're a vastly different culture, and they're embracing that. And I think it's a very good thing.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for your insight. You've made me even more excited for this movie. And with the film set to be released December 18th, 2015, there are only 57 days, 4 hours, and 23 minutes to go. Back to you, Lauren.